YouTube studios. This is my home recording studio, okay, here in Dorado, Puerto Rico. Now I'm doing this video to show a YouTuber friend who has asked me whether or not if I use modified sine wave inverters, for my solar system. And a lot of people, are kind of scared to run things because they say that solar systems, um, that modified sine wave on your solar system can damage electronics. What more electronics than this? And I'm all running it on modified sine wave. My entire studio, my entire home is solar. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna give you just a little tour, okay? So this is my recording studio. All right. Let me back off here. Pianos and console, haven't had any issues. My cameras, I charged them up with modified sine wave. That's my system. 6 deep cycle batteries in parallel. All of them are basically regular deep cycle marine batteries from an auto parts store, from Advanced Auto Parts. And those are my inverters right here, which are modified sine wave. All right, modified sine wave. Regular deep cycle batteries, It runs my studio. It runs, there you go. That's my fridge right there, okay? And as you can see, my whole house I run it off solar. All the lighting, the water pumps, everything, and that's the recording studio, okay? I am not on the grid, okay? I am not on the grid. I'm totally off grid, you know. And I haven't had any issues with modified sine wave. Now, with the price of a pure sine wave, I was able to get 2 modified sine waves. So let me turn on the light in here. Okay, bear with me a little bit. This is the back side of my studio. Everything, my green screen and everything. My mic's got it back here. I run everything off of a modified sine wave. Modified. Like I said, if you have the money, yeah, you should get pure sine wave. Especially like for CPAP machines and things like that. Okay, he wrote, I guess I will not buy another pure sine wave and use my modifier I already have. Like I said, I'm not downing pure sine wave. Pure sine waves are good, especially if you're using it for CPAP machines, and they are more efficient. Like for give you an example, if you listen right here to my speaker, you hear that little buzz? I don't know how well you can hear that, but that little buzz is because it's modified sine wave. Also, when I run the fan, it creates this, like the sound is a little bit. It goes like it's like a little hum. People say that it damages electronics. That hasn't been my experience. Hasn't damaged my fridge. Hasn't damaged any of my equipment here. And nothing. You know what I mean? And I've been running modified for. I've had my solar system, like, damn, since about Hurricane Maria started building it. You know what I mean? And I haven't had any issues. Now, like I said, if you can get a pure sine wave, go right ahead. You know what I mean? They're good. The signal is clean. Sometimes, like when I turn on the PlayStation in the living room, like I said, you hear that little buzz. If that's, if that bothers you enough, then yeah, go right ahead and get a pure sine wave. Not me. I mean, I don't mind that little buzz. Hold on, man. My battery's running low. Let me plug it in. But like I said, and I tried to do this video 3 times. I hope it's charging now. Um, but like I said, I run my entire house, water pumps and everything, and I haven't had any issues. So, you know, feel free, man. Feel free to use the modified sine wave, because at least in my own experience, I haven't had any kind of problems, and you're seeing it. You're seeing it right here, man. I'm running an entire studio, so I should be worried. I should be worried, and I'm not. And I haven't had any kind of damage or anything. So I think modified sine wave is good. I mean, it's not better. It's not better than pure sine wave. And like I said about the batteries, I'm running regular auto parts store marine deep cycle batteries. I get them. You told me it says awesome. Thank you for them. No, anytime, man. That's what we're here for. You know, Am I saying that there aren't better options? Yes, there are better options. We could get better batteries. We could get, Trojan batteries are better batteries. You know what I mean? They'll last longer, but they cost an arm and a leg. You could go lithium, that's going to cost an arm and a leg. I mean, if you got the money, go right ahead. You know what I mean? Why not get the best? But sometimes, you can't afford that. I could, when one battery goes bad, I go buy another one. It's only $100. And even that is sometimes a little bit hard. But I think people like over exaggerate things with solar. At the end of the day, I think what's important is having electric. You know what I mean? And I have power in my entire house. I don't depend on the energy company. I don't pay a monthly bill anymore. So to me, Hurricane Maria was a blessing. It was a blessing because I don't. Had I not gone through Hurricane Maria, I wouldn't have built this whole system. I wouldn't have learned how to build it, and I'd be a slave to the system. Thank God I'm not. Now, the only thing I do not run is that right there, air conditioner. The reason I don't run that is because my system isn't that big. So my system is enough to run my entire house, but yet an air conditioner will suck up all the juice in about 4 hours. I don't really need that. I could turn on a fan. I am planning in the future to build a separate system and with batteries and solar, which will exclusively run air conditioner. But and I live in Puerto Rico. It gets pretty hot here. So that is in the agenda. But I take a real practical approach to stuff. So I live in check in first. I built mine because of Hurricane Harvey. I live on the Gulf Coast. Yep, that's why, man. You know, sometimes we need to get hit by something, and I didn't know anything about solar power, man. My best friend in Georgia, he knows a lot about stuff, and that's how I got started. I bought a battery, and he was showing me how to connect one of them little USB things to the 12-volt battery, and I burned up like three of them because I couldn't figure out which side was positive and negative. I mean, literally. And I learned, man, and now I built my own system. I've been expanding it and working on it, you know and it's worked well for me. What can I say? What can I say? My refrigerator hasn't been damaged. People say, oh, you shouldn't run a refrigerator with modified. Mine's working fine. You know what I mean? Computers are working fine. When I do recordings, it doesn't cause any issue. That little buzzing, it doesn't get into the recording itself. Like, I'll hear it through the speakers, but it isn't coming in through the mic or anything. So I don't really worry about it. I would like it in an ideal world. I would love, to for the sound to be a little bit cleaner, because nobody wants to hear some buzzing. But I think there's some workarounds. There's a little plug called the Hum X, which I'm planning to get in the near future, and it kind of like stops the ground loops, and it like you know gets rid of those little noises. So but I mean, I just believe in being practical, and honestly, modified. I haven't had any problem with modified. And like I said, the only thing with modified is that when you run the fan, it'll have like a little hum. If you run some electronics, it'll have a little buzz. When I run my PlayStation, sometimes on the screen there's like a little buzz. I mean, it doesn't affect the gameplay. It doesn't affect the machine itself. Um, Microwave. I hooked up. I don't use the microwave much, but when I have used it, it also makes the sound is different. They don't really like modified waves, but it'll work. The microwave has a weird hum when you use it. Go, you know. But other than that little hum, I haven't had no problems at all with modified. So I don't now C from what I heard, anything medical like CPAP machines really important to to have pure sine wave, because those things now they're more like intricate. There was one guy I saw online, and he had some kind of equipment that consisted of a computer, and for some reason his modified sine wave, like when he went to use the laptop's mouse, for some reason it would like go a little crazy. I haven't had that issue either. You know what I mean? So here's my laptop right there. Here's the mouse. Look at that, and I hear, I mean, I scroll. I have no issues. I use this other mouse too. no issues. You know what I mean? I love these trackball mouses, but nothing, no problem at all. So yeah, I hope this gives you a little more confidence in modified sine wave. You know what I mean? So now, if if the modified sine wave messes up my equipment, I will tell you too. I'll be like, hey, don't use it. My stuff got messed up. But ever since Hurricane Maria, and I've had no issues, so there shouldn't be a problem. And how long has it been already? What, 3 4 years? Actually, no, 4 years. 4 years, because Trump went into office in 2016, right? And right around that time, Hurricane Maria came by, and now Trump is coming out of office, and for 4 years. So if a modified sine wave hasn't messed up anything of mine in 4 years, I think that's a pretty good test. So, all right, man. Thank you for logging on. I really appreciate the comments and the questions, and I really appreciate it. So, God bless you, man. Any questions here? Let me know. Anything you do, please send it over. Any videos so I can check what you do. What you do also. So, all right, guys. Take care. Peace.